Okay, we should be live. I'm live. That up arm and I chat right now. That's set. My screen's still black for my stream. That's all cool. Lower the volume on my side. Should still be able to hear myself, right? Okay. I've done some work. I haven't actually placed blocks yet. I scouted the area to see how I want to build this because it is, like I said, the title says 2059 by 2059, aka this thing is very large. Yeah. The problem is, no matter where I go, I'm running into land that I'm gonna have to deal with. I want to avoid snowy mountains because this will be so much more work to dig out than it's worth. So I am gonna push it up. My original plan was to try and avoid these islands that were here because they are like somewhat big. Yeah, avoiding a mountain is gonna be a lot worse than a tiny little island. So we're moving it up higher than I was thinking. Probably gonna start it somewhere around here. So if I go too far up, I'm then having to deal with this forest, which I don't want to deal with at the same time. So we'll go to that island then and start from there. In my inventory, and this shulker box is how many blocks I need to place to get one wall down. Be careful with not getting things mixed up, because if I mix things up, I will actually have to figure out and count. But yes, this perimeter is going to be humongous. I just gotta figure out where I want to start it. I'm gonna land here and figure this out. Maps just show me zones. So if I go too far this way, I'll be cutting into this lane. I want to cut like right here. So I want to like, move over for one chunk, 2 chunks, 3 chunks, and this chunk here for this height, I think. Yeah, this will avoid that, which is I'm unable to know what will be in my way here. More of a question of how tall. I think where I am is good to start placing blocks. And I shouldn't need a count. So just have to be very careful with placing blocks and not losing a single one. Brain. Yeah, this is the plan for the entire stream. Place a lot, I mean a lot of. So I'm gonna have to be breaking stuff along the way to make it so it stays connected. And yeah, collecting all this deep slate took wait. Oh, that's. Gotta be careful about that. Gotta be careful about accidentally doing that type of placement. And it wasn't that it was annoying. Actually, it was slightly annoying because I had to use fortune to get it. Oh, I have to drop it. Disconnect, whatever. I'll do it here. Yeah. Because you can't actually use deep slate. You have to use cobbled deep slate to do stuff, which is such a weird thing. Double check. Don't know why it's a different color there than it does here, but sure. We'll have no need to count. We can just talk. Place blocks. But yes, Hermitcraft is now officially over. Time for Season 11 to begin. I'm excited to see what the Hermits do build this time. sounds like they're gonna go back to mega bases. At least the ones I watched. Question becomes, who will join next season? I have a few ideas. So lots of people I would like to see join. Hey, there's beneath me. Right off the bat, I think if we do see anyone join, Jimmy / Solidary Gaming is more than likely gonna be one of them, and the other one would be JoJo or whatever her name is. Reason, they're the two that have been on Hermitcraft the most, I believe. I saw more in my inventory. Another stack in my inventory, cool. I'm just basing it solely off the fact that they've had the most interaction with other hermits already, so with Hermitcraft being something that they try and keep it friend-based, that's probably who it's gonna be. Those two, because they've already been on there the most. Of course, I would love to see LD Saddle Lady on there, but I think with them having the child, we'll also be seeing less of Joel. I don't think he's gonna quit. I think he's just gonna be not uploading as much. This 132. Yeah. So those are the ones I think are most likely to appear. It'd be awesome to see some other people join though, like Mog Swamp. In the most recent build thing that he did with Scott, I don't know, which is dang, that's a long name. I know he's not part of Hermitcraft, but he has Jim a lot, along with Brian and a few of those others that play on Hermitcraft. It's a possibility. I don't think it's likely though. Who else do we have that I would like to see? Going off of just amazing builders would be Shovel, but I don't think survival is really his cup of tea, so level 2, 4, 1, or whatever his numbers are. I also don't think has any connections, to my knowledge, directly with anyone on Hermitcraft. I could be very mistaken. But yeah, those are my guesses on who it's gonna be that joins next season, if anyone does join. Jimmy and JoJo. Truthfully, I was not expecting Skiz to join this season. I mean, who? I know he's got connections to Green, but it's like it. And through Green, of course, everyone else. I actually don't know who his main connection is. Like, did he asleep? Because I'm sure. I mean, I guess it would, because it's the Imp and Skiz podcast, right? So I guess it would be Impulse that he's probably most connected with. I don't know. Well, you're just theorizing on what's going to be coming up soon. I also don't know when that's going to start. And all I know, these could already be uploaded. Like, I don't keep up with the Kazuma's side of stuff. So, release day and all that stuff, I got no clue when. Could be public ready. I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited to see that. I'm trying to think. It's going to be in the new update, so it's going to be the Copper Age that they're playing in. Do I think any of them are going to go crazy with their builds? I mean, Scar's always crazy. He made an amusement park and a zoo. I don't think he finished either one, technically, but they are still amazing builds. Jeez, how far am I going to have to go for this? I know the answer is 2059 blocks, but you don't realize how long that is when you are just placing blocks. Well, when you're not placing blocks, when you're just talking. We are also close to having the build finalized. The problem is I'm now stuck waiting for mods to update to 12.1. No. 1.21.10. I accidentally forgot to stop my Minecraft from updating constantly. So yeah, I realized that, like, I know the update came out like a week after the 1.21.9 update. I just forgot I need to stop it from doing it, and I just realized recently, I was like, darn it. I'm sure there are already mods that are updated to it, it's just that annoying of. Yeah. Oh, there's a kelp in the way. I was like, what is stopping me? Don't need it. I can have infinite kelp. Yeah. The fun part's... Oh my. It's actually be annoying. Getting through. Oh. Can't have that. Can't have that. Can't have that. I mean, I have to double check this entire. Yeah, the fun part's gonna be draining all this water out. I thought for sure easily done with water drainers. I'm not thinking that so much anymore with how uneven this train is. We'll see though. And also my voice is slightly dying on me, so if I clear my throat, I do apologize. Just like that. I don't know why my throat's like on fire, but it just is. Assuming sinuses, but could be other stuff. Jeez. I still have 5 stacks in my inventory, let alone the 832 I have in the shulker box. Mind you, I plan on digging this all the way down to bedrock. I'm gonna die. It is, we'll have a lot of resources. We'll also be able to make some of the most OP farms to ever exist in this perimeter. Not like that's the point of it. For an entire underground city, basically. I probably should have done this up a layer, because this just means I need another set of these. Instead of just needing 9 more, I need 10 more of these now. This is the level that the ground's at, but whatever. I made a mistake, and I'm not changing it now. But it does also help with the water retention, so I got plan will be to do these in whatever chunk a beacon covers. So, still need to get the measurements for that. Like I said, I got the flying machine capable of working. I now just need to get all of it figured out and how we're going to do it. Yeah, I also, there's like so many ruined portals in this. It's not even funny. There's one there. One's here. I think like there's one that you can see up here somewhere. I saw one flying up here, I think. Down here, I think there's some. Yeah, there's like a bunch of ruined portals. Yes, I am just spending my days placing thousands upon thousands. What I do need to figure out is how I plan on mining the blocks. Like stone, I probably am going to use Silk Touch for, because cobblestone I can just get randomly whenever I need it. Not that big of a deal, and I also don't use it that much as a building block. I thought I could just use Silk Touch for the entire thing, because, you know, I thought I could use Deep Slate as the block to make any of the Deep Slate blocks. It's apparently completely useless. I'm sorry, why? How is that the logic? I really thought it was the other way around, where Deep Slate, Hollow Deep Slate had to be smelted, but no. You need to break it down. So, it'll be annoying. I am hoping my iPad's charged so I can have a calculator. Otherwise, I've got no way of doing this math without swapping screw. I think I can pull a calculator actually up on my computer. Having the exit out of Minecraft completely. Well, not completely. I mean, just open a window to overlay the entirety of Minecraft. What is it? Google calculator? Typing calculator in whatever one it pops up. Just have to math and figure out. I'm pretty sure that number is getting closer to, I think it's like 3,200 is where my math winds up for this. Like the default. Without paying too close attention to the numbers. This was made, I did this flying 2,000 by 2,000 more or less. I might have overshot, I might have undershot some. So, let's see. I'm starting to think I should get a mod that tells me how many of the block I have left in my inventory. Simply so I know how much I've used and I can stop being crazy. Actually went insane. Trying to figure out how close I am. Or do I need a place? I don't know. Help again. I think we're close to being a quarter of the way there. If this somehow does not close, I am going so... I did everything to get the exact amount of deep slate. I did everything I needed to have this be the exact amount to make a 2059 by 2059. This leg being 2059. The others requiring 2058 blocks until the last one, which requires 2057. We are going to be here for a very long time placing blocks. Yes, the guild hall is almost done. By almost done, what I mean is I am onto the 3rd floor. I think it's 7th floor building. I don't actually know what floors it is. I've started doing the rooms on the 3rd floor. I have 2 of them done. I have one of the weird ones done, and I have the basically similar room that will be used for all the other rooms. That will just get personality changes or color changes. So, we're working on that. But in all reality, it's probably going to still take a very long time. Like I said, the goal is a Christmas time starting with that. And by starting, what I mean by that is, well, we get to work on importing the build and collecting the resources required. Here. This place and waste it. Ugh. What are the turtles doing? Ah, we're close. Did not realize that was going to collapse on me. Cool. Yeah, that's underway. I've also, in my free time, been logging into this world and digging out the E area. I've got a... How big is that? It's 3 times plus 4, 9, 13. A 13 by the 53 by however deep it is, which I may go to the full depth that's supposed to be. So it's a lot of it. Digging that out destroyed almost my entire pickaxe, so after this I'll place my bed down so I can sleep. Once we finish placing these blocks, we'll run the math, make sure we are correct. I will have to do a test on a small portion that I can figure out the math of. If I misplace a single block, this will be the wrong proportion, and yeah. This landscape is actually being... 2 more. I'll place this here. Okay, so we will have a decent chunk of land over here to mine. That's a little annoying, but whatever. long as we don't have too much of the mountain. That is my only hope. We'll find out in a second. Once we finish placing these blocks, we'll know how much of the mountain. $50 more blocks for this first layer. Nope, 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 nope. I don't get why. I'm assuming it has to do with the better animations for mobs. Creates it where it's weird. They're spawning in. Okay. Pull up the calculator. Bigger than I thought it was. Okay. So if I type in what numbers? Negative 322.6. Okay, first type the number. 226. Make it negative. No? Did I clear you? You're there. Oh, there it is. No, we'll do minus 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. First block, second block, third block, fourth block, fifth block. Here we go. Want to subtract? Nope, 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 nope. I'm making mistakes. That's why you always do a test run, because you don't know how it goes. Let's get rid of the negatives. Let's just not do negatives. Let's create... Okay, we start here, right? 1, 5. Cool. We'll start here and figure out 3, 2, 3, 0. 3, 2, 3, 0. Minus 3, 2, 2, 6. Tell me the first number. What? Bruh. 3, 2, 6. Minus 3, 2, 3, 0. If I'm not mistaken, was it. 3, 2, 2, 6. Minus 3, 2. I don't remember the number again. 1. That's 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 30. Okay, that gives me a difference of 4. We know it's 5, which means we add a block to the math. Let's go back to our 3, 2, 2, 6 and open up our map. Five, 2, 8, 4, 5, 2, 8, 4, 5, 2, 8, 4, 5, 2, 8, 4, 5, 2, 8, 4, 5, 5, 2, 8, 4 is 2058. Add the 1 block. We are on point. Cool. I can go to this kelp. I don't need it. Okay. Let me see how. Let's get back to here. Oh, we are further than I thought it would be. Let's grab the next set of we need. So we have 27 with this silver box. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, and the 10 extra that we need. That can go there. So this is full. It is. We're in the Starks now. Honestly thought I was going to be over the ocean the entire time, but sure. Plains field. We are currently on the second leg of our 2059 by 2059 perimeter. Gotta be careful with block placement. I only have enough to do this exact amount so that I can math exact. We are right now hoping that we don't run into the mountain that is going to be straight in front of us, because having to dig this down in bedrock is going to be fun without having all of this extra terrain that I did not account for. But honestly, with it also having the ocean, I'm hoping that it at least works out to be nice in the end for the storage. If I was just doing it like the entire thing was solid from 100 by 100, from ocean height down to bedrock, all of that was solid, all of it was mineable. That is 13 and a half double chests filled to the brim with sulkers. Which means I do need to work on getting a sulker farm up and running at some point in this world. I already found a video of how I'm gonna do. We just now need to actually get the resources to build it, which is a lot of sugarcane. Not sugarcane, a lot of bamboo for the scaffolding. Which we have an actual good bamboo farm, so it should not be hard to do. The actual problem comes in the fact that I don't have a string farm. And I need to get one. So that's what we gotta work on after we do all of this. And we still have to flatten the entire area for the build. Yeah. Plus we need the honeycomb. Not the honeycomb, the honey bottles for this one. And everything else in between. So yeah, that's gonna be a lot of work to do. Because this will be towards the very end for our goal. We're going to be focusing on the actual honeycomb portion first before we work on focusing on... Oh, I have already? And also get rid of these 2 flowers on. Yeah. We'll have to get that set up so we can get the guild hall up and running. That's gonna be a fun project once we actually do get it done. But yeah, all I have at this point for the guild hall is the 4 floors, which are basically identical. It's just make the rooms for each of the floors, create the few special rooms on each of those floors, create the meeting / common area on each of those floors. After that, we have the ballroom, and then the lab, and then we're done with that build. With the pattern actually now being done for the rooms that I will be doing from now on for it, it should be relatively quick. Each room should take me a couple of minutes. At most, I want to say 30 minutes, but who actually fully knows? I'm just going to keep it at this level because I'm going to stack back up, so. Once again, I'm just keeping it at this level because I'm going to stack back up, so I see no point in wasting my time. I also looked up what the biggest perimeter is. Apparently the biggest perimeter is like 15,000 by 15,000. But that was dug out using TNT duping machine stuff, which we're not using in our world. We are digging this out by hand. The biggest dugout one is a circle that was like 128, maybe 150 blocks in radius. So it'll take a bit to get past that. But we will get past what the world record is for hand dugout thing from my research. My research is just Googling it and seeing what Google says. So I'm also pretty sure most of that came from Google's AI thing, Jiggy, that tells you stuff. You don't know? Alright, I'm Be careful with placing blocks. I think this one I do need to keep negatives on when I do the math because I think it spans positive and negative numbers. So I will apologize to these villagers someday, but for today we're just gonna Hi, don't mind me. That's not required, that's not required. Normally I am one of those that's like, oh, you gotta keep everything. This is cobblestone, wood, and a bed that is taking up inventory space in my inventory, and I am trying to do very precise placements of stuff, so I don't care about those things that are duplicable. There we go. Why? That house will be a little bit different. I know that is duplicable, the terracotta, but considering also how valuable terracotta can be, we will I think one of these houses will more than likely have a chest. See? I will say they're slightly annoying for the fact that they are in my way. I was hoping to avoid villagers, but apparently that's not happening. Also don't care about glass panes. Sand is finite, glass is technically not. You can buy it from villager. Give us a way to create infinite sand, please. Another one? Get out of the way. Almost out of this village. Mossy cobblestone is also technically infinite, but I'm just throwing stuff in there for now because get out of the way. Okay, there we go. Still have a lot more blocks to place. We're going. Oh, I'm supposed to be down a layer. $46, $47, $48, $49, $50, $1, $3, $4, okay, $55 makes sense. Come on. Still more? Okay. And we're off. That was a fun little mistake that I made. Try and not make mistakes again. It's amazing how much the thing can actually lag behind. Like the minimap, if you look at it, sometimes it just lags far behind me placing blocks. I do wonder what the refresh update rate is. Sometimes it keeps up. Like now it was keeping up. And it separates. Keeps up. Separates. But then the movement of mobs is updated more frequently, which is interesting. I don't know, just weird. Oh, it applies it to suspicious sand and gravel? I did not know that. That's actually nice. That makes my life a lot easier when it comes to mining those. Like glowing ores mod pack, apparently. Apparently, find those as ores and decided to do that. That's nice. The one downside to having done this over an ocean, I'm pressing shift, and I did not realize how much of a workout that is for your pinky. Bruh. We still have, I think this goes to like the 800s, which means I still have 200 blocks in my inventory before I have to pull out the others. There's like 800 blocks in the sulfur box, so it'll be a bit before that, but we are close to finishing this side at least. We'll just have another quarter to do. And then one more. We're almost halfway. So what is going on there? Like, there's weird brown that I can't tell what that is. Is the grass different than the kelp? That's the only thing I can think of. Are getting there. Probably have another stack in my inventory. Try to take a guess. Stack or two. Find out in a minute. Come on, keep placing. So close. To a break. Yeah, I am already going crazy from doing this. I'm not even halfway done, and I'm mentally done. This should be the last stack based off of my math. I'm hoping. I can't wait to start digging these chunks out and find all the fun little treasure stuff. I'm also excited to see how many diamonds I do get from this. I've looked up on several different things. One said, and when I say diamonds, I don't mean I'm going to mine it with fortune. I'm mining all my ores from this point forward with silk tuts. One source said 5,000. That source was ChatGPT. So, well, I'd be very annoyed if I only get 5,000 from this, considering that it's a 2,000 by 2,000. That means I don't even get a diamond per chunk. My personal calculations I did, winded up being something. Also, the probability of this having been in my path the way it was is so small. My calculations is like in the 50,000s, which makes, I think, more sense. I'm somehow wondering if ChatGPT dropped to 0. I don't know. But yeah, ChatGPT definitely did not get the right answer. I hope it didn't. I would go crazy if I only get 5,000 from this. But considering that mining this out, I got over half a stack of diamonds, I think I'm fine. I think I'll get more than 5,000. I need to drop my height down to be in the water. What is this? Okay. It is, but also... So that's blocking off of there. I'm assuming this is an island. There are... Another one. Another ruined portal. But yeah. We're hitting mountain. From this rate, we're going to hit a mountain. Good news, it's gonna be the very last chunk I dig. If I set it up the way I'm planning on. Well, not the very last one. It'll be the last set of chunks I dig. Also, I went in this not knowing how big this is. If you can't tell. It's turning dark again. So, yeah, 2059 by 2059. Massive. And to think this is only the centerpiece of this entire build. I heard that zombie. I'm glad I can sleep, but I did hear that zombie, which means there's like a cave right beneath me. Okay. But just looking at this, we're going in snow. There's no way around it. Look how many blocks I still have. We're hitting snow. Hey, that means I have a chance of finding emeralds. I'm gonna look on the bright side. Who knows? If I find a deep slate emerald ore, cool. I want to find a lot of deep slate diamond emerald ore. Why did I say... Bro, that doesn't even exist what I just said. I want to find a lot of deep slate emerald ore. I don't know why I said deep slate diamond emerald ore. That does not exist. I don't know how my brain mixed that together, but it mixed it together, so... Yeah. We'll have to check this math when we finish. I think we're on path to being done in a... Yep, it's rendered in. The stack is getting me super close to already, so... I have 7 stacks left. I'm gonna be well in those mountains. That's gonna span more than one chunk. Cool. Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm not happy, but... I should have gone more... this way. This land's not as bad as... I think I missed most of this, though. You can't even see this line on the map. Like, you have to zoom in. If you zoom far out, you can't even tell it's there. And I'm sure on, with YouTube compression, it does not exist. Oh, I need to go down another one. Okay, 7 more stacks to go. And then we're halfway done. Yeah, I truthfully have no idea what to talk about this time, because, like... I'm somewhat, like, super focused right now because I don't want to make mistakes. So I have, like, very little idea of what to talk about. Because when I'm mining, it's the most mind-numbing thing to do. But placing blocks to a very specific degree, like, yeah, I've done the math already in my head of this many stacks will get me the distance I need. But I don't want to accidentally misplace a block, not realize that I'm talking, and regret what I did. Or have a creeper come along and blow it up, and then you have a problem. The reason I say creeper is because it's now on my screen. Well, in the snow. Hey, who knows? I might get powdered snow while doing this. I am not keeping snow layers. I get rammed off the side of this, I am going to be mad. That's what I mean right there. Very easy way of missing. I didn't place a block. I'm just gonna go straight. I'm not going down. Yeah. This has chance for, I believe, emeralds. I believe this has a chance for emeralds. It might not. I could be wrong. It might just be in extreme hills that emeralds spawn, but I would feel that they would make it so that any mountain can have it. Yep, there's emeralds, so there is a chance. Well, we know for a fact we're getting a emerald ore. I gotta get around this. That's within the bounding box, so. How far? I still have 3 stacks after this. I'm gonna have to figure out what the plan is, because there's gonna be a giant hole next to this that I still then have to flatten this mountain out. I don't know what the plan is here. Try it. This is gonna be fun. This is problems for future me. Current me is trying to figure out what the plan will be. But, yeah. Current me is hoping that I did a miscount, and I'm going to have to go back and mine several of these stacks. That's what current me is hoping. Because I just keep getting further and further from where my line was that I thought I was going to be. $1,100. Let's be 3,100. Oh, wait, no, I'm in the positives. Okay, subtract 2,000 from 1,000 gets 1,000. How did I do this bad at math? How was I that bad at math? Well, that emerald's right outside. Well, I need to go see this cave. Come on. I don't want to go all the way over here. I was hoping I could see right into it, but sir, I guess we're going over here. Eh. What this also means is there's a chance that there's a deep dark that I'm going to have to deal with. Well, maybe an ancient city, not a deep dark. Which means I'm going to have the equivalent of an indestructible block blocking my way. And if that in the future becomes a quick teleportation way that I wind up breaking, I will be going into creative and replacing it. It's not my fault that I thought the thing was useless, and then they changed their mind. Minecraft does stuff like that, it kind of annoys me. They've definitely alluded to the fact that it is a portal. No one knows what it's going to be used for. I got several around my base. So, as long as it's not a quick travel, I'm fine. If it's a quick travel, because I can tell you for a fact that while the nether portal is fast, it is not fast enough to get me here. I don't feel like wasting rockets. Breaking the snow block. Get up this. Well, this one's a little bit steeper. Let's see. Told me I was gonna be doing parkour to get to places to place blocks for this. I would have told you were crazy. My plan was to stay in the ocean. That's in the right spot. Especially since I thought I was gonna barely get into this. Like, this is absurd how much of a mountain I'm gonna have to dig out. Not just the initial digging out of it will be absurd. I then have to flatten a lot of it so I can place the city around it. Oh, we're done. We're done here. Cool. It's also turning dark, so I gotta wait for it to be able to fall asleep. Run the math. I'm opening my calculator app right now. Closed it so that I would be able to not have to worry about it. This is the last one I actually need to use my calculator for because the next one should just line up with the other spot. But yeah. All of this has to go down to 64 at some point. Oh. Okay. Let's write this number down. 877. So we just want to add whatever number we get for the other side and then add 1 to it. What number is that I want? The 1180? 111 1180, 1180, 1180, 1180. That gives me 257. This might be 259. Wait, what? If I had one of that still doesn't give me it. What? 180. Hold up. 877. Did I just type the wrong number in? Where'd my app go? My calculator app closed. What? 11. Oh, I know why. You have to add 2 because we're crossing the 0. 0 counts as a block. So, it gets me to the right spot. I'm going to double check that real quick. This is only assuming whole numbers. Add the... Yeah, that's what... So we are at the right spot. It's just being weird from how Minecraft does. We're in Minecraft and we're not in the real world. Okay. So we can put this here. This can be 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. I need 10. Okay, I'll check that real quick. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, plus the 10. Keep going. In my inventory. And down we go. It's gonna be epic when it's actually built. I will at least have a lot of resources gathered. So that does mean... Oh, there's a pillager for a second. Is that water? That is like... That has to be water. That spider just gave me a jump. Yeah. Yeah. Well, at least have a lot of resources when we do dig this out for other builds. We'll have all the deep slate we ever need. Currently, I don't have any deep slate to my name. That's not a joke. Actually, I got deep slate. I don't have cobble deep slate. I'm not breaking the deep slate I've mined. Probably gonna stop mining deep slate with a silk touch pickaxe. It is the most useless thing to ever do. If you want to build a deep slate, go for it. Otherwise, you are missing out on the entire deep slate family. I don't know why that's the way it is, but it is, and it's so weird. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna place some flour. I don't feel like dealing with it. This is how lazy I've gotten. I am just building on top of flowers when I probably shouldn't be, but... Why am I not placing on this one? Come on. I done with the flowers? Yes, I am. Okay. Starting the third leg of this build. I'm pretty sure this entire leg is basically not in the ocean. I'm actually almost guaranteeing that only water I'm running across is... That's just not happening. I'm not having it get broken apart like that. Will be, rivers. Or ponds. I'm also hoping that we don't run into another village. Because if we run into another village, I'm gonna actually lose my mind. We shouldn't run into another mountain. That's the good news. Another mountain should be out of my way, unless I have... Because I did not go far enough. Let us be very specific. I did not go far enough this way. Oh, there is ocean. I did not think the ocean went like that. Okay. I've hardly explored here, so I don't actually know how the land looks. Place like that, but sure. Another village on our side. Cool. I'm at least not going through it. I not break these. There's a few spots where I did not break the leaves, which means there will be coverage, but... too late. Oh, we're out of that. Cool. I actually got... Probably stuff down there on the inside, so it's mine, but oh well. A lot more blocks to go. I'm actually not sure how close the entirety of this build will get to the starter base. Just something that I am, like, slightly concerned about, because I do have, like, a basic plan set up for this, and considering how far this will go still beyond this. This is 11 city blocks. I think that's how big this is. It's either 11 or 9. It's one of those two. Either way, it's still a small amount for a city. When you think of a city, you think of, you know, a few hundred blocks. I'm pretty sure it goes, like, 17 city blocks towards my base that I currently have. I'm not breaking a tall tree. You have me wrong if you think about that. So, it might get close to the base. We will have to wait and see. It is very likely that this gets close to the base, and I was not anticipating that. Out. Thank you. So, we will have to see what the plan for that is. I might cut the city off then and figure out how that will work. But that's a problem for very future me. Things could very well change. Planning of the city might change. Nice flat area for a while. I can see on the minimap, I think it goes up. It goes steep for a second. How high am I? Okay, so I'll barely be digging. That below? No, it's above. Run into that rock. Gotta be careful I don't actually misplace blocks right now. My entire thing is based off that. And like I said, I'm spawning a lot of animals in that are being weird when they spawn in. Move. Come on. I will definitely be putting farms though in this. Squid farm should theoretically be super efficient. I'm actually not even sure if there is a guardian impulse in this chunk. If there is, best accident in my life. If not, I'm gonna have to make Guardian Farm as well. Invariably, the Guardian Farm is in the chunk, but I didn't check that. So, I could look at that real quick. I do have this world still on, whatchamacallit, seed finder thing. I don't actually remember what it's called. I can get 5. I am hoping there's no pillager outpost in here. Like, I am covering some land that I don't know if there's a pillager outpost or not. That will just make having to spawn-proof that spot that much more annoying. You get out of the way! There. I'm gonna go check that real quick on Chunk Base. That's what it's called. Load the map. Wait, one is the Guardian. Monument. There is not a ocean monument here. For how big this is, that's kind of disappointing. Anyway, second full. Oh well. We'll just have to build another Guardian farm somewhere else. That's just gonna be another giant hole I gotta dig. This entire world's not let's build a world. It's let's dig out the world. We're digging out the 300 by 300 at least around the starter base. We're digging out the land for the guild hall. We're digging out a 2059 by 2059 down to bedrock. We have a guardian farm we need to build now, or that list of things I need to dig. Add that to the what? I think we did the math last time. I have 9 big dig projects I have planned so far. Jeez. I will say though, this is the biggest one I plan on digging out. And it's probably gonna be the one that takes me the longest. I think I asked chat how long it thought this was gonna take to dig out. Consider, it did say that I would only find 5,000 diamond ore in this chunk, so take the numbers that it gives me for how long it thought this was gonna take with a grain of salt. It said 24 years. So, yeah. And that was me telling you that it's only ocean. We now have a mountain. I do think those numbers are wrong, though. I do think I can dig this out quicker than 24 years. 24 years is just insanity to say it's going to take that long to dig out. I'm pretty sure it's actually 1 billion blocks. It's well over 1 billion blocks, I think. I can actually do the math slightly quickly. I'm going to say the world's 100 blocks deep, and it's just 2,000 by 2,000. 2,000 times 2,000 is... What is that? 4 million? Add the 3 zeros from both. Gets you into the millions. 4. Add on that. So 400... Yeah, 4 billion. Right, because you add the 2 zeros from that. Where's it 400? Pulling out the calculator. We're going to use exact numbers then. 2059 times 2059 multiplied by, it's not full 128 down, it's 125, I'm going to say, down. Over half a billion blocks. Okay. So it's not 1 billion blocks. I'm not going to hate myself, at least. It is still a lot to mine, and then a lot to store. Yeah. I'm also well aware that I've actually misplaced this, but I'm no longer going to care about that. This is where the perimeter is supposed to be. Like, this is where it's supposed to end. This was meant to be where I dig out the walls. The walls are just getting moved in a block. I don't think anyone will be able to tell if there's a single block more in than it's supposed to be. And if you somehow can, congratulations on having the most useless power to ever exist. But yeah, it was actually supposed to be one more out in every direction. So this is meant to be where the walls are supposed to be. I made a mistake. Oh well. Not gonna go crazy fixing it now. I also like how I did that in the most inefficient way imaginable. Oh well. Waste a couple of seconds every now and then doing that. What is that red in the... Oh, is it bubble columns? Is that what that is? Oh, that's interesting. They'll use that from some way. I also have no idea how long I've been going doing this. Let me check real quick. Cool, it doesn't say on my phone. That's nice of you. 1 hour and 6 minutes to get almost 3/4 of this done. I did think I could get this done in 1 hour and a half. I just didn't say it because I didn't want it to be like the one where I was like, I can dig this out in however long I thought I was 1 hour and a half plus fill it in. That did not happen. It didn't even take me 1 hour to fill it in at least, which was nice. But yeah, my timing capabilities do not exist, so I was like, I'm just not gonna say how long I think it's gonna take. We'll just do it and see where we wind up. We are less than 800 blocks though, at least, from having this side done. And we just got another 2057 blocks afterwards. We're actually close to being more than 4/3 of the way done. What is that? 3/4. That was my dyslexia getting me mixed up right there. I set the fraction upside down. Don't tell me hold up. Ah, glowing ores makes that glow as well? That's annoying. But can also be used for some pretty cool stuff. So that changes how I have to use those blocks. I haven't used it in the guild hall at least. Glad I saw that before I started building stuff with it and then having weird glowing furniture or something. Oh no, I use it for beans. We have glowing beans. I mean, it's a magic world, so sure, it works. Don't think too deeply into it. Ah, my nose is itchy. Ah, I missed that jump. But hey, we know we have a copper vein in our chunk, at least. I'm willing to bet we also have an iron vein. Like, this size is too big not to have an iron vein. But we will see. Nope, that's a misplaced block. Would love to be able to finish this, go to base, and sew off what I've dug out. That is now the new goal. We're going to be going up soon. That. Honestly, this will not be a bad dig out. This is like nothing compared to said mountain that I came across. I can't wait to sew this off in the full mini-map, and no one will be able to see the entire square in its entirety because of YouTube compression bitrate. So, darn it. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I will dig this out, though. This will be... I will just have to get all of the infrastructure in place first before I start digging. Otherwise, I will go insane. I'm gonna need to get a lot of pickaxes. How many more do I have? 5 stacks plus what I have. Okay. There's a ruined net. Last time I bounce, I'm gonna get this real quick. I want to see what's in it. I'll deal with it another day. But that's gonna be the interesting thing. I will have these weird, like, super rare blocks that are gonna hardly be in it, but are still in it. I need to figure out how I'm gonna store. I also need to figure out the storage mechanism. I've yet to test to see if a copper golem can store properly a shulker box of stone apart from a shulker box full of andesite. Because if I can have it auto-sort, my life's good. I'll have hundreds of stacks of useless blocks, but it'll be good. Also not sure how many I'm anticipating to have. I need to figure out, actually... Okay, 13 and a half times the 20. It's actually more than 20. It's 21, technically. Might be more if it's not... A beacon can't do a full 100 by 100. Let's just go to the safe side and make it 25. So 13 times 25. Well, that is, what is that? 250 plus 75, 3. I'm hearing myself talk, and I can't do the math because it's going back in my brain. Give me a quick second to do it mentally. I'm at 1325 for the whole numbers. I was trying to do the decimal, but I couldn't get the decimal. Why my brain kept lagging on that. Let me... 1355 plus the decimal, which the decimal is times 25. 0.5 times 20 gets me... What, 10? I add 10 to 325. Gets me 335 plus the 0.5 will add 2.5 to the 335. Not 335, 335, which makes it 337.5 double chests for one row. Pretty sure I'm right about that number. Also pretty sure we're close to the edge. Just have to double check with our previous one. Oh, I thought I saw more. Okay, this number 118. Wrong number to be looking at, apparently. Negative 5284. Correct. We're on to the last set of blocks that we have. One more row to go. And then we're done. The 2059 perimeter by 2059... Let me retry that. The 2059 by 2059 perimeter is almost fully planned out. The walls are almost up. We are on to the last 2,000 blocks. And with this means that this project has started its initial phase. Which means phase 2 of it will now have to begin, which is getting the infrastructure actually set up for this. Which means shulker farm, and honey farm, and slime farm, so I can get the machines up and running. Are we gonna run? No, we're not running anytime soon. So that will be interesting. My hope is that I actually don't run into any land, basically, this entire flight. Then I can actually get the flying machine to hopefully work. Probably not because of how uneven the terrain is beneath me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out what the plan for the flying machines are. Yeah, draining this ocean with that. My original plan was to have flying machines go all the way, like just full go. That's not gonna happen. I can already tell it's not physically gonna happen, so... I thought this ocean was a lot more evenly distributed. Like, it was a lot more of the same height all the way around. That was not the case in the slightest. So, yeah. That's a little annoying, but we'll figure it out, I guess. We are still so far away from the block. Okay. Oh, my last 1,700. And not very many because it doesn't actually show me all of it. Boom. Boom. There. Can't wait for this to close and make a perfect square. No, I misplaced 2 blocks. I need to be at 58 by the end. There we go. World's first perimeter that will be this insanity for a simple build. By simple, I mean nowhere near simple. I am going to need a lot of quartz. The walls all the way down will be made of quartz. Smooth quartz. I need to get a piglin bartering farm up and that. I just need to figure out what the design first will be, and then... I know it's going to be quartz, but I want it to have... I think... some color accents. Granted, white does kind of go against the color palette. And no, they do have white. We'll see. Come on. Yeah. Doing this will be an actual challenge. Most of it will probably be streamed. I'll probably also do some of it off cam. But, yeah. We are closing the gap. Eyes are now itchy. Goal is now to be an hour and a half. We'll see if I can. But yeah, this will be fun to actually start digging. We'll have a lot of stone at the beginning. We'll then get the deep slate, cobble deep slate. We'll start to collect a lot of ores. But like I said, the first step will be getting the infrastructure actually built for this, which will include getting, what is it? Sulfur farm, the honey balls, the slime, probably an upgraded iron farm, because I'm going to need a lot of iron for all the flying machines. Else do we need a lot of? We need more tools. We're going to need a sulfur box of Silk Touch and a sulfur box of Fortune, I think, will be the plan. We're gonna need a lot of wood. I mean, we need to kick our bamboo farm into overdrive. That's gonna be a fun one. I'm thinking I can't. That will be everything we need to dig this out. It's not much in terms of resources. It's just a lot of the same expensive resource. Cool, it's raining. Okay. We're close to running out of what we have in our... Now, we're gonna run out like at negative 300. So probably 5 stacks is left in my inventory currently. It cannot turn 10 o'clock soon enough so I can fall asleep in 27. Actually, with it raining, I fall asleep sooner. So, when I see that timer say 10, we're sleeping. Not a fan of the rain. We're also going to need so many torches for this. But I'm going to have to torch up the entire bottom side once I finish one. So that's what? That's an increase in the wither skeleton farm, making it more productive. And by more productive, I mean making it so it actually has an inventory sorting system instead of I'm going and sorting through everything. They can condense all of that down into coal blocks. What else do we need? The wither skeleton skulls to get organized. We can collect some of the bones. I'm not going to condense it into bone meal, even though I know that is more storage space that I get to keep, but And then we'll burn the stone swords, and we'll burn any overflow from the other stuff. Oh, I also have to go and run through and get several beacons, because digging out the basement that I've been digging out, I've been going insane. I need to get the 4 corners set up with the 6 beacons. I'm not putting jump boosts at my base. Actually, I might set it up to be connected to a lever system that I can turn on and off. That way I can pick when I want on and when I don't want on. Otherwise, jump boost is not good. I'm excited to see how the speed is on top of the soul sand. That's going to be a fun one to see. I think 1 more stack maybe. Bro, my pinky is yelling for life. It is begging for mercy. Like I said at 10, I was going to go to sleep, and I completely forgot that. I was like, I'm so close to finishing what's in my inventory, which means we are then only 800 blocks away. And we are so close. This means we have barely over 900 blocks right now to place. Which I think is almost less than 1/10 of what we have in it. So in total, we are now basically 1/10 of the way remaining on this. This will be the greatest thing to ever exist. Yeah, I'm just like, I got no idea what to say. It's a giant square that I'm building that I don't want to spoil what's going to be here, so I can't say much. I'm both annoyed but also not annoyed that I have a mountain in this. If I get a deep slate emerald ore, worth it. If I don't, yeah, that's when I will tilt. That's when you will have full angry me. But it also does make up for the fact that I won't be digging out all of the ocean water as if it was blocks, so it's counteracting some of what I try to do. Hand is officially dead. I'm gonna avoid that. I'm avoiding, I think for most of this I'm avoiding land this side, which will be nice. Yeah, I'm gonna stretch my hand real quick. But this should mean that we are... Yeah, we're right there. I've gone up more. I had a little bit more distance up if I wanted to avoid more of the mountains, but you can at least, I think you can at least see the line on the mountain side. Right? Come on. You can barely see it on, also looking at it on a phone, so for me it's a lot smaller than if you're looking at it on a computer or a TV. Even an iPad would be bigger than what I'm currently looking at on, because it's a phone that is vertical still, so I can look at chat. Not full screen, so it's tiny. Yeah, I am getting very restless from doing this. My hand is killing me. I'm going to be surprised if my hand is not cramped by the end of the day. I'm well aware that there's probably going to be deep dark that I have to deal with under this. Plan? Quite simple. If I spawn a warden, grab my mace and kill it. I've literally lost control my hand. I have no idea where how to sidewalk right now. I'm overcompensating right now because of how much my hand burns from this. Jeez. But yeah, if we do run into a warden, the plan will just be mace. I do need to do that achievement, so at least we'll have that ability. We're also going to have a lot of totems in our inventory, so if we do mess up, we aren't at least dead. What is this? 400 blocks now left? At 500, I think it's 1180 we're trying to get to. So less than 10 stacks. We are so close to placing the final blocks where we started. The question is, will I be under an hour and a half total length of video for having placed the down? Come on. Hopefully, while building this at some point, we have a watering trader spawn with mangrove, because I need mangrove. The nearest mangrove is still still a few thousand blocks to my left. I've gone far, but I've not gone far enough to get to a mangrove forest. What is this? 340 blocks remain? Hey, we got another copper ore vein. I would love to see an iron vein, but I guess we'll have to deal with copper for a bit. Like, that's one of the weird blocks I'm talking about that we're going to have to figure out what to do with. The plan is to try and keep everything in shulker boxes that each get maxed out with their own respective thing. So, the ores are going to obviously take the longest because ores are as rare as they are. Copper is probably going to be the first one to go. It's just so abundant. It will be one of the first ones to get sipped off. But it will be interesting. Kelp will be something that probably gets put in shulker boxes. We'll at least get a decent chunk of gravel. What else will we have? That's going to be a weird one. The netherrack and the wood from the boats will be another weird one that probably won't fill up an entire shulker box. Less than 100 blocks, I think. One more stack after this one should be what we are. Nope, never mind. My brain... 1,180. So we're close, but we're not close enough. Alright. But yeah. I have to figure out what the plan is for those weird ones. Oh, I think that's the main island that we started on. Yep, I can literally see where it is. So one more sector of this then, I think. I hope. I have to bring stone so I can actually get started. I think. Actually, I'm going to be digging out a giant thing before I do dig this out, so I might actually have the stone here before. We're almost there. So, this means I forgot a block somewhere. So I had the exact amount to do this. Oh, time to go down the line and see if I can find where this missing block possibly is. And it's not that I miscounted at any point in this. If I miscounted, I'd be either 2 short or 2 over, because you can't increase one side by 1 block. So if you pull one side one way, you have to add 2 blocks. It's not there. I do think at one point I did, like, place it so quick as I pulled it that I might have duplicated it. I don't know. I know that that's filled. I think that's just the stone that's there. These go through the villages. I don't know. Should have been, I think, this amount. Oh, time to go to base. Actually, did I finish this in the time frame I thought I would? Update. An hour 32. The question is, did I do it before, or and I just started going into checking the map mode, or do I think I went over? I think I went over. But barely. I think I was actually somewhat close. My portal's over here somewhere, I think. There it is. I see it on the map. I had over 30 rockets on this stack, by the way, when I got here. I brought another stack just in case when I was exploring I thought I was going to need it. Luckily, I didn't need it. I didn't waste that much. But I don't think YouTube lets you see this. I can barely see it myself. But there is a 2059 by 2059 square that is somehow missing a single block. I don't get how. Base is that way. Yeah. I actually don't understand how I'm missing an entire block, but I am. So if I do 2058, 2058, 2058, and 2058, that adds up to be it, and that's how I did it. I don't know. It's weird. There we go. Okay. Let's place these down for the time being. I think I can still be able to... Yes. Thank you. I don't know if I have a... Well, that's like... These that have been edited. Like, I know I have it for stone. I think it just goes in stone then. I think I got some of the other... Yeah, I got stuff in here. Well, because I don't plan on having much of this, I'll just put it in the opposite spot there. Okay. Well, let's go and show off what I've done off cam. I just do this because it's so much quicker to get down. And a whole lot less dizzy. I did this simply for the fact that I wouldn't hit my head going down. So that's now changed. And we have this now dug out. So this is the way that the staircase comes facing out of the thing. This is where, this level right here is where soul sand will be at some point. This is one block dug down for the floor to be placed in. This will get replaced at some point. I still need to dig this out. Do I have an easy way into any of my tunnel systems? Answer is no. Let's just dig. Yeah, we still have all that to do. Probably gonna start going at it from that side this way, because that side over there at least has a beacon for the time being. But I also do have the option of... Let's go. Come on. Yeah, I need to make an elevator to get up. This is... That might be the next video, making a water elevator to get up here. Down. Because, yeah, I'm not a fan of how long it takes to go from place to place. This is now to here. I do need to figure out what the plan for stone is, because I'm almost out of space. Also considering that I have as much to still dig out as I do. What was I gonna do? Yes, that's what I was gonna do. We have 28 wither skulls. This is not enough to make all the beacons I need. This base by itself needs 23 beacons. Well, more than 23. No, 23. 6 times 4 minus 1 is 23. So I do already have one beacon. We go in the far corner, I should be able to get the effect. Yep, there we go. We do have haste, which is nice. But it's not everything. Also, my life is apparently at half health. I need to be careful with that. So, I'm actually going to set my spawn point here so that if I go to the end, I don't wind up at world spawn. So yeah, we do need more wither skulls to be able to do that. I think we have all the soul sand we would possibly need to spawn a wither. Go up real quick. Yeah, we got all the soul sand we could ever need. Really is annoying that you can't turn soul sand into soul soil, but whatever. Down we go. We gotta get more skulls. We're gonna need more iron to be able to make the thing. I also need to get more gunpowder so I can start making more fireworks again. Yeah, I am broke. I might go with gold bases for the beacons for the fact that I think my gold farm's more efficient than the other things. But I also need to get an actual inventory system set up for that because it gets clogged super fast. I don't care around plus. But yeah. Let's go breed actually the bees. See if we can keep that going. I'd probably have 100 bees by now, but I am so disoriented right now, it's not even funny. What am I doing in those chests trying to get flowers? Come on. Oh. Here we go. They're not out yet. I think this has no bees in it, which means I can definitely at least get 3 breeds before I need another one. I don't know how full the other ones are. I'd have to mine them to figure out. That's another thing I need to work on. I need to make that so I know how to build it. Oh, I'm also going to need all 50 nests before I build it. And I might have to build it at night so that they don't pop out of their nests while I build it. Well, at least the capsule part of it. That's 1 bee. That's 2. Oh, we got 3 out. 2 breed. Iron you and wait for another bee to pop out. You. And you. Do not drown. That's the last thing I need from you guys. I think I got more. That is filled, that is filled, that. There we go. Oh, they actually go up to my window to get honey. I didn't realize that. Well, pollen. That's nice. The flowers are probably gonna still stay there with the chains, but that wall will be slightly different. Okay, I'm gonna assume that that's all the bees. Where's this? Okay, sounds weird. Yeah, I did not expect to get up there. We definitely could get beacons up and running right now, but what do I actually have? At 9? It's not even enough to get 2 max ones. Oh, how am I doing on smelting that stuff down? Still not. I was gonna say we can start working on getting the next roof up and running, but... Well, the next part of the roof. Try and finish this. The fact I'm still so far away from finishing this is... Honestly, I do need to get quartz again. I need to start working in quartz again, because... I need to finish that. Get that line in place, and then... Next one. The roof. Kelp farm there, sweet berry farm I think is the plan there. Also, for anyone... the Enderman spawn area is still being Enderman spawn area. I've lit it up. How? Yeah, this guy's been busy. I don't know how much more useful the bees were to it, but I think it was worth it. Not worth finding that. Not all of them. But yeah. He does have a bunch that he still can pick that he doesn't always pick. Like I said, that he picks them up. Minecart should be coming by soon? Yep, there you go. Yep. Bees do actually work. Nice. This, I actually haven't checked to see if it still is working. How close is it? Don't tell me you broke! Come on! This farm breaks in the most idiotic ways, I swear. Honestly, those are not getting picked up, but down here I think it's gonna have a bunch that didn't get picked up. Yeah, on the ground there's a bunch. Come over the minecart. Come on, get an angle on it. Will help it get moving. I actually want to make sure it's working, so this is the test that needs to be done. Is it gonna relaunch? I don't know. Think. Yes. At least that part's working. Don't ask me why the observer didn't work. I couldn't tell you why the observer didn't work. My only theory would be that it's somehow split across different chunks. Which, in all reality, probably. But it's not like I can fix that with how my base is set up. I also don't know how... Is it F3G? I like how it's the thing of, oh, I can't fix that, but looking at where the chunk is, I might be able to fix it. I'm pretty sure it's just chunks being... Oh, I have to press F3G again to cancel it? No? I literally just have to press G and I can't... G does not... What? And this should be empty, yeah. Cool. Yeah, This will probably be where I stick the up and down pods. I might be able to fit a lot more than I thought I was going to fit. But it does come into the question of, I don't know where this lands upstairs. Where is this coordinate that I want? 797? Come on. Anyone that can tell why I don't like this trip. Yeah, I can't go all the way because 797 goes here, which, at least for this, up top, I can't go all the way. I'm going to have my universal up, which will be this one. I will have my down to the next layer, which will be this one. Or we'll figure out how to do it with the placement of the wood on the outside. But I'm definitely not going to have a thing to go down to every floor because some of these floors, I'm going to have a lot of floors. I mean, we're barely to level 77 on this one. The next one is barely going down to, what is it? This fun walk. Y54. The plan is to have this go all the way down to bedrock. Yeah, I'm gonna not be doing that. Having it drop for every single floor. It might be annoying to have to walk out of the drop area, drop down another area to get down to the next one. But it's a lot better than going around in a circle. Like, I love the way it looks, but I get dizzy from this. So we're not gonna have that be our main way. Cool appearance. Looks amazing. I do love it. And it's wonderful to get up to the next floor. Like, for a single floor that's not that far away, works. For it to be the way down to bedrock and back up, does not work. Okay. How are you doing? Close. Okay. Oh, I also upgraded the gold farm. Let's go check that. Okay. Hopefully it'll despawn at some point. If I just walk this direction, I don't like to waste fireworks. I'm pretty sure we all know this. I don't actually need it labeled because it's like just head towards the desert biome and I'll run into it at some point. By weather farm, I could get lost a whole lot easier. Yeah, right there. And with the map, it makes it a little bit harder to get lost where it is, but better than losing completely. Yeah, I actually made a way up. I actually made a way up, which is nice. We actually now have a way up to this thing. I've also done the chains that I said I was going to do. Pulling it more forward. So we now have that chains. We will get up here. I'm assuming it is. Where's? Come on. But looking at this hole, it tells me that we have well over a stack of blocks to still go up. I think we're close now. Yeah, using this hole is something I've learned that I can use to actually tell how far I am. Yeah, I have a lot of gold swords up here, and I still have more. I still have a lot more up here. Are you guys still mad, or I can move you? The question is, any of them have enough health that I can do that? Raw jumped off the edge trying to... I'm simply here to try and repair my elytra. Wow, that was quick to repair. And we can't repair our bug because it's got infinity. Be careful, because they would be. Not careful. Yeah, that's what I mean by I need to get an actual inventory system set up for this one, because... Yeah. They fall at least somewhat quick. Probably there's like this weird spot where I have to be to get it to be active and it's never the same. Spawning in the far corner. Further back, does it work better? Kind of? I moved this forward one for anyone that didn't see the YouTube video. This extra layer was not supposed to be here. It's only... Heck, I mean, this layer's supposed to be here, but I needed more standing space than I had. But that's what I mean, like... There's none here. And I killed them all off in a few drop. But, like... Look at how many are spawning. And it just dries up. Yeah, I don't understand how this is working. I'm glad that I can... Oh, my keyboard did the thing that I did. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get a system to burn all the swords. That's that. And this is actually a good way to get over to the Wither Skeleton farm, which is where I want to be more than there. Okay, I need the 23. Do that. I already have 9 of the 23, which means I am 14 off. 14 times 3, that's 3, 42 skulls more needed. 42 more skulls. I'm gonna have a lot of wood kill. That's gonna be fun. And we know how much I love killing wither. I despise it with my life. I might try the under the fountain trick. But last time I tried it, the wither escaped and went through the portal. So yeah, my trust in that farm does not. That method does not exist. I tried to create a withers killer with the stalactite. Did not work. A single stalactite maxes out at 40 damage, which means you need to drop several on its head to kill it in time. And then on top of that, you'd have to time it perfectly, which is an annoying thing to do. And a bunch of other things that I was just like, this is not worth my time. I know there are people who've made them before, but I don't feel like dealing with it. I'm gonna wait for some wood. What? Thank you. Come on. Wait till I see a skull and then I'm going for it. I can clean my way up around. I'm sure you can see how this works. Also, pretty sure the gold farm is still having its piglins there for a bit, so it's not the most efficient thing right now. I don't want that, I don't want that, I don't want that, don't care about that. All this is just go over the edge. This will be there. And all I care about is the coal. There we go, we're already at 4 skulls. I can get 42 like nothing. Still only have 4. Let's go. Heck yeah, I'm just cursed. Honestly, was expecting to get more right now, but... yeah, this will be my life for a bit. I need to get... like I said. So maybe repair my axe. There we go. Wait, actually though, how many of these can I... there we go, I got another one. That took a bit for how many I was killing in a second. Love this farm. Probably gonna make a gold farm similar to this design, because I've seen it before, where it's... you might have the top set layers. Ensure that it's all set up for the gold farm. They go through the portal like these guys are going through. And then you kill them that way. Might make a better gold farm than what I have. I don't know. It works to a certain extent. It sometimes does feel like it gets slow. Rather if you jump there, it wipes out all the mobs below. You reset spawning. Don't know how true that is. I have to get 42 skulls. I'm only at 9. Not even a fourth of the way there. Where are we? No, 36 is what the fourth would be. Those guys are just up there to knock whoever comes through the portal down. I wonder if we're gonna get a blaze in here this time. I had that last time. I got a skull? The question is, will I be able to get all the coal before I get a decent chunk of skulls? I go onto a very unlucky spree. Do I wait for these guys to stack up more? Yeah, let's wait a little. One nice, clean. Come on, give me more. More set spawns, I think. I'll go for. There we go. Oh, that's so nice. Still no skull from that. What? This game. There we go. Fourth of the way, and we're gonna get more coal by the time. I'm gonna have to get a journey back, I think. I don't have a crafting table here, so and I can't go through either of these portals unless I want to die. I need enough that I can get my mining set up, and then I gotta get all the gold required for that. Good. It's gonna be a very long time of either I choose to dig without the ability to have sufficient mining speed, or I waste time getting the required resources. We're gonna go until I get all of the coal. Yeah, I need to get hoppers underneath this and create an actual sorting system. We're always gonna have to be the same way that the palins will have to be done, with hopper mine carts feeding into more hoppers that feed into chest boats that feed into more hoppers. Try and speed this up because yeah, I got a lot of resources that are coming through, and I don't think a normal hopper system will be fast enough. I can say for a fact that the gold farm, it's not fast enough. They just dropped too many swords. Look at this. Oh, don't near break the window. Hey, we got Blaze in here. Skulls. Assuming the ones down there respawn, right? You only have 16 skulls. This will take a while. I'd be able to get 20 skulls. Well, 21 would be half. And it would be 7 rivers. Which is 1 more than a full can stack. What was skulls? 7. Halfways do I need? Two more to be halfways. Do I get max coal before I get the skulls? Let's find out. Very well might. Yeah, but I do also need to create a blaze chip apparently, because I look at blaze rods from time to time. That's something I'll have to add. See if jumping resets the beat. Still only 19 souls. Coming down to the wire to see which one to get maxed out first. Stack and a half of coal is all I need versus 1 skull. Which do I get? I reached the skulls first. 22. Probably should leave before I max out my coal. Same time. Because I'm 1 away from 20. Max coal. Cool. Back to base. We'll probably have to use a few fireworks. 2,000 blocks away is still far. I do need to figure out what the plan will be to repair all of my pickaxes for mining. Because well, I can go through the nether to get to that stuff. It still is like far away, especially if I'm on the opposite side of the digging area. That is, I think I wasted 5 rockets to get across the digging area. Granted, I was not flying in a very efficient pattern, but if I'm also at the bottom of the world, I'm probably going to still be wasting 5 rockets. So, yeah, that's not efficient. I know there is there's like 2 end portals that surround it, but they're still a bit out of the way. But if I can light both, it might be worth it using that as the ways to do it. If I land, I'm walking the rest of the distance. Y'all will have to deal with a 100-meter walk. I'll be able to do a bunny hop. Kind of fast, but still a bunny hop. Let's condense all of this gold down. Let's go put these flowers back. Apparently I'm too big to fit through that 1 by 1. These skulls can go into there. There's no world. 23 is what, 69? I'm close. No, wait. Did I really do the math that poorly? Wow, we can do 17. Not the 23 we need, but that is still close. I also don't know why I have coal blocks in here. Spot now for coal. This will change at some point. Its location is not finalized for the rest of eternity. What do I have? Getting there. We're just not dealing with that. Might be able to condense more further down. Further down. Cool. And that goes there. Okay, that's what I mean by I need more string. I don't have much. Not paying attention to where I'm going, I ran into a wall. Actually, how many days are we at? Where's the day counter? I don't play enough to keep track of where things are. So where day 780. Their current day. Still a while away from 1,000. But we are more than... Honestly, for what we have, it is still impressive. Like, well, above ground... I'm below ground, so you won't be able to see the above ground. Yep. Trying to... So while above ground, we only have this, our little village area thing over here, the raid farm here, the other raid farm part there. We also have... I actually have to go far to get to it. Also, I got no clue what this is. I don't think I... Oh, I know what this is. That's for the weather stuff. That's what it is. We have the outline there. We have this started. We at some point have to go fill that in. That is dug out. And we also have this giant square. This is everything you can see above ground. 780 days doesn't seem like much for that, right? I mean, you can actually look at how many... You can figure out how many days I spent on this with that information there. Where a lot of our work comes in is in this. Our underground area. Giant hole that was dug out at the beginning. I'm pretty sure I only had... did I have diamond gear? I think it was diamond gear when I was doing this. And my only XP source was a a skeleton farm that honestly is not the best. But yeah, we have this now dug out. We have an Enderman beneath us. And we've also started working on... Come on. This area down here. Will become just as magnificent as the other area. I am excited. It's done. But there's still so much more to do. I am not efficient at this game. You cannot tell. I play this in a way that I really should not play. Like, I could have a lot more done if I was actually better at this game, but I am not better at this game. So, yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of weird stuff. Yeah. What else? I'm kind of waiting for this. Actually, I gotta go eat very soon. Let's go collect our netherwort. I think it's ready to collect. Ooh. I think? I'll say it's ready. Is it the fortune? No, that's sometimes. Fortune does affect these. I do need to get an actual fortune tool set up for this. I don't mean a hoe. Probably would be better to do, but I want my usual inventory does not have a fortune pickaxe in it. I just currently have it because I was mining the deep slate and I needed fortune to be able to do that. Well, I needed something that didn't have some thoughts. Considering fortune was the next best. Come on. I am so hopeful that if I... Wait, I can guarantee that beacon doesn't... beacons are so bad, I just realized. Beacon's barely over there, so this is 50 blocks and it reaches like barely here. How far do I go? I think I'm losing it now, right? Just gonna go up top and figure out how far a beacon reaches. I need to know this information, so... This is valuable information. If I'm here, I will be losing it, right? Okay, we're losing it here. Wait until we fully lose, and then we'll go block by block, and then count how far we are. Okay, we lost it. Let's see if we gain it here. Don't gain it here. We gain it here. We gain it. So maybe I was just too quick to move from this spot. Okay, no. You do lose it there. So it's this block here that you gain it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 6, 7, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 46, 7, 48, 49, 50. So it does reach 50 blocks in each direction. I just threw it like super far this way, I guess. Okay. This might get moved. That's probably gonna get moved at some day. Like, you need to figure out what the plan is to have these. It's gonna bleed through. But if it is 50 blocks, then how can I space it so that it works with the base? Go check right now. It's dark. I need to fall asleep. There you go. Cool. That's now set up so we can do that. It's odd, so I'd have to have them duplicate over on this block, which I'm fine with. It'd be 50 blocks from here that goes that way. The thing actually means that's further? Meaning that at some point I will move that, but it won't be anytime soon. We have a lot of creepers. Gunpowder. Oh, love the string. Guess we're not doing that. We have a guy terrorizing my land. I'll deal with the creeper that's on the water in a second. I saw there were creepers here. Did they despawn? Those despawned. You are still there. Elytra, and I can get out of the water. I know there's a way out with the Elytra. I've done it before. There we go. There you go. Got that one that's on the ground. Like, I don't know why, but it's weird. It's just weird. Our grass goes over here. Then our gunpowder goes in our valuables chest. We're going to stick the elytra back on. Valuables chest. There we go. So yeah, Moilers will probably be cut off stream. I will figure out where to place these beacons. I'll set it up to be better. So I need it to be 50 blocks from the center that way. I also need it 50 blocks from the center of this. So I actually know where the halfway point of this one is. Let's see how many of these I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's at the halfway point. Another one here. Alright, that keeps 2 on that side, 2 on that side, on the wall there. Yeah. So that would be on the halfway point, 50 blocks that way. And then we'll worry about properly spacing everything out later. That should keep everything, because I'm pretty sure it's this perfect square that these things work in. I don't think they use circles. I think it's, like I said, square. Easy way to find out is... I have food already. How far do I think blocks is from this? Zarkson. How is there grass? This is an Enderman's doing. So I'm losing it. A block. Fine. This block here, I'm pretty sure. We'll double check with this. So loser on this block. Oh, I'm getting on this block. That's why you always double check. I was just moving too quick. So I think I gained out on this block too. I'm losing it here. Means I'm gaining it on this block here. I then just this way. This. I was well past the halfway point. My base. So it's gonna start around here. Yeah. Is it there? No world this works in a circle. What? Oh, we got it somewhere. Hold up. There. 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 That's just me. Just place a block. Oh, still getting it there. Bro, I was not getting the effect over here. What? It's draining here. That's then here. This block then? That? Which is not where I was over here to keep gaining it. If I'm over here... Where is it? Oh. It's actually just placed off by that much. That's annoying. So it's literally if I scoot over this way, I'm gonna get the effect. Here, I lose the effect. Okay. Well, that's actually an easy fix, believe it or not. When I place the beacon there, I'm gonna figure out my how to do it. It's gonna be, I just have to place beacons in the right order every single time, and it will cover the entire area. That's not actually bad. So it does work. It does cover 100 area like I thought it did. Means, well, actually, I want a 1 because of how the center counts as 1. That's good for the build dig thing that we have to do. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream here. Hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe if you subscribe, turn notifications, and leave a like if you enjoy. I will see you all in the next stream or video, whichever gets done first.